Hey everybody, it's Barbie at Nellie and Ruth Design, and thanks for joining in again today for another teaser on, I should call them Tuesday teasers instead of Tuesday's treasures, because I'm just teasing you today, and I'm going to do a little show and tell on this blue and white junk journal I'm going to be making. So let's get started because I have a lot to show. And I'm not going to show everything, but I'm going to show a lot of items that I pulled for this. And some I'll use, some I won't use. But the material for the cover, I'm definitely going to be using this fantastic material from Joann's. And I got this last year. And it's been sitting in my sewing room, just waiting for me to do something with it. And I do have quite a bit of it. So I may make more than one journal. Right now it's going to be a blue and white, but I could make a all red journal. I mean, I could make green. I could make a teal. I could make so many things with this. And I just love the images on all of these, the dresses on these gals, etc., etc., etc. So we're going to set that there. That's going to be the outside. And I think this material here is going to be the inside of the cover. And this is just as fun. I really like this. I love it all. I do have more. I think they had, I want to say they had 5 or 6 different varieties of retro and the vintage women. So I got a little bit of each. And my intention was to make some really cute skirts with all of this, and I haven't gotten around to doing that. But I want to use this on the inside because I'm a big one to create with perm rods. And last year in my shop, I created perm rod tags, and I used stickers from Beatrice's shop, Spix Picks. She's based in the UK. I buy a lot of supplies from the UK, and I made vintage. They came in a set of 3, vintage and retro tags. Again, using a perm rod, my paper, and then Beatrice's great stickers that she sells in her shop. And again, she's on Etsy. I'll put her link in, but I'm constantly buying from Beatrice. And I just absolutely love her items. So these here will be incorporated throughout the junk journal. And I also have some cute little tags here, blue tags and squares that I will incorporate as well. So how I'm going to use the perm, I have an idea on what I want to do with these perm rods, but I'm not going to say just yet. But these, even though it's a blue and white journal, at least that's what I'm expecting it to come out to be. And again, I could change my mind, but all of these colors fit in really well with the interior. So this will be fun. I do have some blue here. These are left over. These were actually sent to me from a gal in Canada. She was going through her grandmother's items, and she was friends with another gal on Instagram who's friends with me, and she knew that I work with perm rods. So God bless her. She just, one day I opened up my mailbox and she sent a big box of crochet pattern books, the perm rods, tons of stuff from her grandmother, and I so appreciate it. So I'll be using the perm rods. So that will be fun. So this is for the inside. And I'll set these aside over here. And then I love to work with vintage patterns, and the girls know I have a ton of them. So I pulled some of my favorite blue and white ones. And when I create a junk journal, I like to create each signature with a vintage pattern. So I will prep these, get these ready, and these will be, so they'll have, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have 5 signatures in this book. So this junk journal is going to be pretty thick, pretty big. So each signature will consist of a vintage dress pattern, which will look really cool. So we're going to put those there. I'm going to fold this fantastic material up. I'll show you some of the papers that I'm going to be using. And we'll start with some of the scrap paper that I've pulled, the blue and whites. And again, I want to try to keep it fun and, you know, as feminine as I can. So these are a few of the scrapbook papers that I've pulled. I don't know if I'll use that plain one. I might use this for pockets or something. But a lot of, again, blue and white, blue and white. These are fun. These are really bold. They look really bright under the light, but they aren't that bright. And then I got some coordinating smaller papers. I'm throwing a little bit of green. This was a letter that I received from a gal in Scotland, and we used to correspond, and then she got busy and said she just couldn't correspond anymore. But I love this paper, so I'll be incorporating some of this paper in the journal. This paper comes from my sister-in-law, who lives up in Michigan, and she used to work with handicapped children, and they actually made paper. That's what the children did. And this is all from blue jeans, dyed blue jeans, and all these little threads in here that you see, these are threads from old blue jeans. So this is really cool paper. I want to use that. And then from Medieval Mirage, I purchased some of her downloads, and she has beautiful paper. I will put her link in my the resource center, under sources, where I get a lot of my items from. But Medieval Mirage, I have some very, very pretty blues, very pretty paper. This is one of her papers. I'll incorporate her paper in the book. I have some, I guess it's muslin or just some cotton. I plan on doing some ribbon embroidery on this, and maybe making some cloth ribbon embroidery pockets to put in there. I have my mom's doilies. I'm not going to, I'm not going to use any coffee dye or tea dyed in this. I want it to be true blue and white. I have some really cool, these are oversized index cards. I'll be using those. My papers, I have just my plain papers here. I have, these are dyed papers. I've pulled enough for each signature. Not sure how many pages I will have in each signature, but there'll be plenty. And there'll be plenty to journal on. I did run out of graph paper, so I contacted my good friend Chris at Vintage Artiettes, and I will be, again, listing her Instagram. I'm going to call it a handle. I don't know, I feel like a CB trucker, I still don't really know what to call, I guess a shop, her Instagram shop, her Instagram page. But Chris pulls through for me time and time again if I'm running low on something, or if I'm just out of something. She has sales constantly. She does a lot of sewing sales where she will put together little ephemera kits or packs, and they have zippers and buttons and a lot of sewing notions, and she does some great paper. So she just sent me all of this paper the other day because I was totally out. So thank you, Chris. You're a doll. I will love you forever. I'm going to set that aside. I have, yes, some heads. Here's some more from Medieval Mirage. I'll finish the papers. This is some of her downloads that I have. I actually ran this off to put in I have a small journal that I started for my trip to Italy, and I've been using this in that journal as well. So I'll just run some more of hers off. This is from, I think this is maybe some Bo Bunny scrap paper that I had left over. Here's some more. I think I made a keepsake card holder with this paper. So that's the scraps from there. Some stickers. I think these are cute. I'll be using those. I have some chipboard. Again, I just tried to pull as much blue as I could. Let's see, what else? I have this really cute little 365 things I'm grateful for in 2018, and it's blank. And I think I'm going to retrofit this into a journal pocket, and then you will have a cute little book to journal in. So we'll put a little journal within a journal, some extra papers. I have these tags. I have these really pretty little blue bird tags I'll be incorporating. I've got some really nice vintage. I have a whole drawer, big drawer of vintage playing cards. So I'll be incorporating some of these. I'll just pick and choose. But these make nice journaling cards. If you're familiar with the trading cards, you can treat these like a trading card, and you can fill the back in, and you can journal on the back. So I pulled some blue that I found interesting. And then I have these sexy little gals here I want to put in the journal. All different women from the 70s, which I think are just so cute. And I'll be using most all of these. I think this will be really nice. All these in the journal. So I've cut these. I've had these cut for a while. So I have those. I have more. I pulled some of my German butterflies. I don't think I'll be using these, but I found these the other day. But you never know. I don't know. I think these will go more in a children's book, but I wanted to show you those. These are very pretty. So I'll be using the butterflies. Some more little scraps of blue paper I found. These will be cute for either tags or pockets. I found this little group, which I think will go nicely in there. More of my sheets of butterflies. I'm using these right now on my sewing pockets that I did a video on the other day. Here's some more. Oh, this is still from Chris. Some more papers that she sent, her thank you note. Some Bo Bunny stickers. I have those that I'll incorporate. Let's see, what else? I think I already showed you that. I don't know what I showed you or what I didn't. This is actually the second time I've done this video. I kept getting phone calls. Unfortunately, my son has to have surgery on his jaw next year, so the doctors are planning right now. So they keep calling. So at this point, I stuck the phone outside of my craft room. I have some other papers that I cut from a really pretty floral book. This came from a Victorian book. I have my bluebirds. I have a really cool wine woman, Bonita with wine woman. So this obviously came from a sheet music. I have some blue envelopes that I have others. This is one that I created. Got some blue doilies. These came from Michael's. I've got some other pieces of fabric. She's a little too big. I'm not going to use her, but I want to incorporate, I love incorporating vintage cards in my junk journals. So I pulled this one. I'm debating whether to use this or not. I'd love to put this in my my gardening junk journal. I may not use that, but I love this card. It's from August 1958, but I wanted to show you that. I don't know. I may keep that for myself. I have this cute little kitty, which I will cover up the June here, the calendar. I have this card. I have that card. So those are some of the cards I'll be incorporating. This is a folder insert. I haven't even opened this up. This was given to me. So let's take a look at this. But I will be using this. Oh, this is cute. I'll be using this. I'll incorporate this in the junk journal. This would be a nice place to journal on, and then we could put some tags in here, other tags, journaling. So this is a definite yes. That will be used. What else do I have? I've got my red lead, as usual. And I just placed another order today. They came out with some new stamps, and I can't wait to get them. So I have a really cute idea for this teacup that I'll be stamping and incorporating in the journal. And then the button holder I'll be creating with those. I have a cute little Tidy Locks envelope. I'll retro this for the journal. Another Bright Beginnings. I thought that was a cute page. I'll be using that. I've got some other stickers I will use. I found these I save. These are Tim Holtz. These are from his little packets where he sends his ephemera packs, and I like to hang on to these because these would make a cute little tag. All you got to do is just collage over them, and we'll work on that together because I've got a cute idea for those. So I have those. I have some of my mom's lace that I'll be using. This is just a few little samples, but I have a big box of lace. She was a great seamstress, and this is some of her leftover goodies. So I will be using those. I showed in a video prior to this, I have the Tim Holtz mannequin stands. I will be incorporating these in the journal in some places. I started doing some ribbon embroidery on these, so I have all of these to work on. But I have a lot of different ideas for these, so I'm going to set these aside. The other day I was working with the coin. I think I did a video on these, but these I just have to sew around these, but all of these cute little slide, these are coin holders that I made from scratch. These will all be sewn around, and little sayings and embellishments will be put on them. So these will all be incorporated in the, I love this one with just the single rose coming up, rose petal. These will all be incorporated in the junk journal. So I have those. I have these tags, Recollections. This is from Michael's. I have some buttons that I've pulled. I'll be using on some of the pages. And these I put in my Etsy shop last year, and they didn't sell. I put a whole stack of ribbons in, and I want to thank everybody for not buying these. It sounds odd, but now I can use them in this junk journal. And what else? Oh, This I did a video on also, and if you missed it, you can go back and watch. But these are the vintage pattern instruction pockets that I made. I'm making these for the journal. So if you want to go back and see how I made these, that's in one of the other videos. You can take a look for that. Again, I'm still working on tags. These will all be incorporated in the journal. And then lastly, I will show you, this is my big, I have sheet music this will all be going in. But I have these really wonderful Better Homes and Gardens from 1940. And I should do a show and tell just on these. My son's Taekwondo teacher has a vintage shop. And you go in and you make offers. He doesn't have a price on anything. So I got I think I got a dozen. I picked a dozen. He had stacks and stacks, but I went through. I think I got each book for $1. So I think I got 12 books for $12. So what I'd like to do here is go through, and I can make some really fun collage tags using some of the items in here. And if I can eyeball it, what did I do? Let's see. Again, I may have to do, I have a book here, and it's a photo book. I'm not sure what I know where it is. I'm going to show you the collage postcards I make. Let's see, is it over here? I don't see it. But I make collage postcards. I'm still trying to remember. I just moved into this new office, this new craft room, and I'm trying to remember where I put everything. But I can do another, that would be a nice other show and tell. I can show you the collage postcards I made using images from different Better Homes and Gardens, the Sears catalog. And it would probably give you some nice ideas too on doing some collage work. So I'm going to be incorporating a lot of collage tags using these images, which I think will go really nice with the vintage sewing patterns. So I guess that's it. I just wanted to give you a little tease on everything that will be going into the junk journal. It's going to be a really fun project. We can work on it together. Some items, anything that has to be sewn, done ahead, I'm going to do that and get that done. So I'm not breaking away constantly, because I do plan on doing a lot of sewing in this book and a lot of the handwork, also for a lot of little ephemera embellishments. So that's it, my friends. That's what I have in store. I can't wait to start working on this, and I'm glad you tuned in today to take a look. And if you liked it, leave a comment. If you have any ideas for me to put into the junk journal, I'd love to hear your ideas as well. And thank you. Have a great week, the rest of the week, and stay safe out there. And just enjoy your family in these really hard times as best you can. So we all have each other's backs, and we're pulling for everybody. So with that being said, just have a great week, people, and thank you again for tuning in. Bye-bye.